everyone, welcome back on my YouTube channel. So yes, I'm back with a new video today, and as per your request, as you were asking, please make a video of TR round of interview. So yes, in this video I'm going to tell you my analysis of interview, what type of questions I faced during my TR round. So yes, you have to stay connected with me till the end so that you could know the exact entire details. I will tell you the exact questions, what questions I faced and what type of questions he has asked me in my TR round also, and I will tell you of my HR round of interview questions. Okay, so just stay connected. Okay, then let's get started. Firstly, when I joined my interview, then he has introduced himself at first, and then he asked me, like, tell me something about yourself. So I have introduced myself, and during my interview, I have told about my hobby also, right? So as I love to write poetry, so I told that I love to write poetries, and my hobbies includes painting and calligraphy also. So I said that. Then after my introduction, he asked me, okay, so you love to write poetries, then can you tell me any one poetry of yours? So I told, yes, sure, why not? Then I said that, sir, I used to write in Hindi language, so can I recite in Hindi, because mostly I used to write in Hindi. Then he told me, okay, do one thing, you can recite your poetry in Hindi language, whichever language you write, and then you can explain me in English. Like, you have to tell your poetry, you have to explain in English. Then I said, okay. So I told my poetry, and then I have explained in English also, and he impressed so much after my poetry, and I was feeling so good. Okay, and he was motivating me also. Like, interviewer was so good. Very comfortably he was asking questions, so there were no pressure. And then he asked me, okay, who is your favorite poet? Have you any favorite poet? Then I said, yes, sir. Then I said my favorite poet is Harivansh Rai Bachchan ji. And then he told me, okay, so can you tell any one poetry of your favorite poet? Then I said, okay. Then I said, mm, one poetry of Harivansh Rai Bachchan ji, and I can recall the poetry was जो बीत गई सो बात गई माना वो बेहद प्यारा था. So two stanza I have recited of him, and then he was like, very good, you are recalling it, that's good. I said, yes, sir, thank you. And then he was scrolling my resume, he must be here. Then he asked me, okay, Nakhat, so this was the all of your writing passion, right? So now come on the technical part. So tell me, I have mentioned in my resume, that programming language I know is C++, and Java. Like, I have studied during my BCA these programming languages only. So I have written that, and then he asked me, tell me any one programming languages in which you are comfortable. So I said, okay, sir, Java. Then he cross questioned me on Java. Firstly, he asked me, okay, then tell me what is OOPS. I said, very brief, I have explained all the features, principles of OOPS, like from starting, like OOPS stands for Object Oriented Programming Structure, and I have described what is object, what is class, and of course, I have explained all functions in with a real life of example. Okay, like object is a real world entity, and what is class. So I have explained with example, so you also have to explain with example so that it will be more impressive, right? So I have explained. And then what is abstraction, what is polymorphism, how many types of polymorphism, what are the names, like method overloading, method overriding, runtime polymorphism, compile time polymorphism. And then inheritance, what are the types of inheritance, and what are the advantages of using inheritance, of course. And then encapsulation, abstraction, everything I have explained in OOPS. And he impressed after my oops explanation, I can recall it right now. And then this was all good till here. Then he asked me, why Java is known as platform independent. And yes, one mistake I have done here, I would like to mention, like so that you cannot repeat the mistake. When everything was good, I have explained very good, but in flow I have told oops is a methodology, and oops there are so many programming languages based on oops, like c, c++, java, python. But no, c is not based on oops. Okay, c++, java and python are usually based on oops, but not c. So this was my mistake, only this. And he told me that time only. Then I said, okay, sorry sir, I just told in flow. Then he said, no problem. It's okay, you can continue. So that's it. And then he asked me why Java is known as platform independent. Then I told why Java is known as platform independent. Platform here means what? Of course, platform means the system in running for hardware operating system and JVM. Okay, so Java can run on any platform. So I have explained why it is known as this. And then he asked me, can we use pointer in Java? Then I said no, of course, because using pointer can contradict my program, because Java is known as for simplicity of in coding. So if we use pointer in Java, then it will be problematic for us. So I have explained. I have given some more examples of it, like why can't we use pointer in Java. And then he asked me what is array. So I have explained this also. And then he asked me, he was scrolling my resume. So he asked me, I have mentioned there, like I know SQL, rdbms also. Then he asked me what is SQL, what do you mean by it. And then rdbms, so the full form of rdbms is relational database management system, right? Then he asked me what is the meaning of relational here. Then I have explained this. And then he asked me, okay, so you have read the dbms also, right? Then I said, yes, sir. Then he told me, okay, then tell me what is primary key and what is foreign key. And then I have explained what is primary key and what is foreign key. And I have given example also, primary key it can be identified uniquely. If I have created a database, I mean a table in a data in a what I mean in DBMS. So the roll number, like student, I have created one table of student. So the roll number will be the primary key of it. So I have explained. And then he asked me what is super key. So I have explained this also. And then he asked me how many types of join. So at that time, no, honestly, I don't know, I was knowing it, but at that time I couldn't answer this question. I said, sir, can you tell one type, then I will tell another also. Then he told me yes. Then he told join, I mean inner join. Then the other types are hash join, outer join also, but this question I couldn't say properly. And then he asked me, how will you create table in SQL? So I have told this also. And then he asked me, okay, Nakha, tell me what subjects you have studied during your BCA. Then I have explained all the subjects from semester 1 to last semester. Like there are so many subjects, right? So I have explained all. So while explaining the subjects, I when I came and I said, in the fourth semester I have studied statistic, algorithm, and data structure, and dbms. So I was saying, then he told me, okay, so you have studied statistics also. I said, yes, sir. Then he asked me questions from statistic also, like a very simple question was there, what is mean, median, mode, why do we find mean, this type of question. And so he asked me this, and one or two more questions he asked. So I am unable to recall it right now. So these are the exact questions, and he has asked me these type of questions. Then for 5 minutes, na, there was network issues, like from his side, not from my side, and it was disconnected. And then I joined again, like I again received call. So for 2 to 3 minutes or 5 minutes it was disconnecting. And then he joined again. I told, sir, I don't know, I was trying, but I was unable to reconnect. Then he told me, no, no problem, because there are some glitches in on the platform, so it happens sometimes. And then he asked me, okay, Nakhat, now tell me, why do you want to join Cognizant? Then I told why I want to join Cognizant. Of course, you have to praise the company, and I also did the same. And then he asked me, why should Cognizant hire you? So, of course, I told, like, as I'm a fresher, so I don't have practical achievements. So, you should hire me. I mean, I have explained it nicely. And then he told me, okay, Nakhat, it was nice talking to you. Your interview is over. You can disconnect now, and HR will contact. I mean, HR will get back to you soon. And I no. Then he asked me, this was the all from my side only, right? Then he asked me, do you have any question for me? Then I said, yes, sir. What kind of trainings are provided, I mean, in this pandemic time? Then he told me, like, don't worry about the trainings, because as the situations are going on, so on which I mean, one project will be assigned to you, so the trainings will be related to your project only. And he said, when you will come to the company now, then you will get to know these things in detail. I said, yes, sir, okay. And then he told me, now you can disconnect, and your interview is over, so HR will get back to you soon. Then, so this was all about my TR round. And on that day only, in evening around 9 p.m., yes, exact 8:59 p.m., I can recall it. I got shortlisted mail that I have cleared my TR round, and the next round was HR. So it will be on 18th of Jan from 10:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. So that's it. And then on next day, I joined my HR round. As I have in previous video, I have told about this also. And in HR round, now what I can say? Very simple. Like, this was for only document verification. It was not on very serious note. He asked me, like, are you vaccinated? Then I told, yes, sir, I am fully vaccinated, and I have told the dates also, like my on which date I have taken my first dose, on which date I have taken my second dose. So he asked me this, and then he asked me, any preferred location? Then I told yes, and I have told two preferred location. He asked me, and then I have told. And then he asked, do you want to relocate? I mean, if there is a situation you have to relocate, then what will you do? So I told yes, yes, sir, I can relocate. And then he asked me, have you given any amount to third party for this role, for joining in Cognizant? I said, no, sir, I haven't given any kind of amount, because even I was not knowing this kind of things also happened in for joining. Then he smiled, okay, he said, okay, okay. And then firstly, my HR was started, like, in TR round also, I forgot to say. At first, he told me to show your Aadhaar card, okay, and then my interview was started. Like, tell me something about yourself and etc. So, firstly, I have to show my Aadhaar card, so you have to keep it with yourself, okay. And in HR round also. Uh, in HR on, my all documents are verified by him. Like, he told me to share your screen, and then he told me to show your Aadhaar card and your PAN card and the 10th mark sheet, 12th mark sheet, and where are the percentage given, what are the total marks you got, and everything I had to show. And then he asked me, show me your degree certificate, like BCA I have done, so I have shown my BCA certificate and the mark sheet of BCA also. So everything he has verified. So this was all of HR round, only very basic, like it was verifying only of my documents. And then he told me, okay, so I have fulfilled all the requirements, like whatever you have given me informations, are you acknowledging it? No, I said, yes sir, I am taking all the responsibility of my information. Whatever I have told you, to the best of my knowledge, is true. Then he said, okay. And then I asked, sir, so can I disconnect? No, I mean, he said, you're okay, so this is done. Then I said, sir, so can I disconnect now? Then he said, yes, you can disconnect, your interview is over. And that's all about HR round. So this was it. I have explained, I mean, I have told everything, each and everything in very detail. So I think it may be useful for you. So if you find that this video is helpful for you, so please you can support me by liking and subscribing to my channel. Thank you.